Yo, Hegassen here with my review of One Piece Mega Chapter 971, and I'm going to speed through this a little bit because 972 dropped a lot earlier than I was expecting. It's appeared officially here on a Friday when I was meant to be doing this review, so the orders might go a bit out of sync, but let's get into this. This is Oden's execution. Remember last chapter we saw Oden, he got captured by Kaido after Kaido's dirty tactic. Well, this week we get into the execution of not just Oden, sorry, but of also the 9 Red Scabbards. And it makes Oden look like an absolute boss, this chapter. This chapter really makes Oden look good. Like last time when we saw Kaido knock him out, it was a little bit like, felt a little bit too easy. And all of the stuff with Oden like dancing in the streets and stuff and just kind of being Orochi's like puppet in a way, like doing whatever Orochi said. You're like, what has happened to this guy who was going against Whitebeard, was going against Roger on like equal footing, the guy who like went out to sea and became one of the strongest pirates ever known, you know, probably one of the strongest characters in One Piece. This chapter here really shows just how good Oden is. So we see the execution. His execution is by boiling. Great big pot of oil. We see this guy, he accidentally falls in, and it is pretty gruesome. For One Piece, it is pretty gruesome. We see him going, his hand, like you can kind of see through his hand where his skin's burning off. You see the bones underneath. You see him climb out. He's running around on fire. Then you see like a skeleton on the floor. You literally watch a man burn to death in One Piece chapter. That is probably the most gruesome death we've seen in all of One Piece. I wasn't expecting that. But you find out that this oil, it basically kills you in like a couple of seconds. Or at least it killed that guy in a couple of seconds. Oden, on the other hand, he says to Kaido, who's sitting there with Orochi watching, I bet if I can survive in there for an hour, you let me and my retainers live. Also, my retainers, they're going to get in here with me, the 9 Red Scabbards. We're all going to get in there. 10 of us in that oil, 1 hour. If we survive, let us go. Orochi's like, what? No way. Kaido's like, with his sake. Alright then. It's really good. It just shows you a slightly different side of Kaido, you know. We saw his like kind of mischievous tactics and stuff last time, playing a bit dirty. You see that he's all about strength. You see in the past that he's all about like looking out for himself and thinking that if you're surrounding yourself with other people and looking out for other people, he considers that weak. But here we see that also, you know, he's got a good sense of humour. Maybe it's all of the drinking, but he's like, you want to bet, Oden? Let's have a bet. And he enjoys the spectacle. Kind of like Queen, how Queen likes the sumo tournament and stuff. Kaido also has that kind of similar thing. He likes a bit of a spectacle and he's just sitting there enjoying it. Oden gets in the oil like a boss and he's tanking it. Well, at least for like 4 minutes. He's tanking it and you can see he's on fire, he's screaming, but he gets this plank of wood and he's like, hey, retainers, get on the plank of wood. We've got Ashura Doji on there, we've got Nekomamushi on there, Kawamatsu, some big guys. I mean, all of them are big. Even Kinemon, who looks like a normal person compared to like Nekomamushi, is a giant compared to everybody else. They're all on top of this plank of wood and Oden is just holding them up, standing in boiling oil. What a absolute boss. What a unit. That was a fantastic panel. I loved that panel. It shows just how good Oden actually is. Standing in that oil that shredded the guy to a skeleton in a few seconds. He's in there for, like I say, at least 4 minutes. And he's kind of tanking it. You know, he's starting to bleed. Don't know what his legs look like. I imagine when he gets out, his lower half is going to look like Brook. But he's at least tanking it for these 4 minutes. I'm pretty sure he's going to tank it for the whole hour. We've seen him grab hold of the back of Whitebeard's boat for 3 days. Only letting go right at the end when he heard Toki screaming. So, what an absolute unit. Holding up 9 Red Scabbards, standing in oil. Kaido watching, Orochi watching. This is definitely going to be what weakens Oden to the point where Kaido and Orochi can kill him. Maybe even sacrificing himself at the end. We also see Shinobu here, and she is in the crowd and she's announcing that why is everybody disrespecting Oden, because the rest of the crowd, they're all like, what is this fool, we're out of here, this is going to take too long, I've got shopping and stuff to do, I've got things I need to do. And she's like, how dare you don't know the truth. And we find out the truth, why Oden was doing all of this stuff, why he was dancing in the streets naked. And it's weird because it makes it look like Shinobu was actually there. Where was she? Like, was she hiding in a ceiling tile? But she tells the story of what actually happened when Oden met Orochi, sorry. And what actually happened was Orochi announced that he doesn't care about the people of Wano because of what the people of Wano did to the Kurozumi clan. It's a little bit of a Chia clan. It's a little bit of a Sasuke style thing. He doesn't care because his clan got wiped out. He just wants the power and he wants to basically use Wano, make all the money, and then throw it all aside. And that's what he uses against Oden. It's not like building the ships. It wasn't like Orochi promised that he's going to build the ships and open the borders. No. He's going to hold the people hostage because if Oden attacks him, if Oden attacks Kaido, they're going to go kill a bunch of innocent citizens. They're going to start causing loads of collateral damage. And that is why Oden doesn't act, because he knows that if he acts, everyone's going to be a little bit worse off. But as long as he's in Wano, he can kind of maybe control things a little bit. Orochi and Kaido got to be a little bit more cautious. But eventually we find out that they were building and they were getting ready for Oden all along. But what was really cool seeing here was you actually see Kaido versus Oden right there, right then, back when Orochi had the barrier Nomi around him. And it looks like it's pretty equal. I mean, it probably looks like it's a little bit more in Oden's favour because Oden only has one sword on Kaido's like one-hit club, whereas he's not even using his two-sword style. You know, he's just blocking it with one. We see Conqueror's Haki flying, so it looks like Oden was actually a lot stronger than Kaido all along, which is what I wanted. The whole Shinobu stuff, though, she's like telling the story, telling everybody how great Oden is. She's bawling her eyes out. Puts a lot of shade on the is Shinobu the traitor? So now not sure if Shinobu is the traitor. Overall, this was a great chapter. Really enjoyable stuff. Some good stuff to speculate on. Great to finally have some answers about Oden. That epic panel with Oden holding up the 9 Red Scabbards. That was really fun. The whole concept of the boiling water, what Oden's doing, really makes Oden look like a boss. I think, though, overall, I'm only going to give it a purple tier. And I'm only going to give it a purple tier because I'm just getting bored of the Oden flashback. Like, it is exciting, it is good. It's gone on a little bit too long. Some of it is dragging, and I just want to get back into the story. Maybe it could have been condensed, but still epic. That panel was fantastic. Hey, so thanks for watching. What did you think? Let me know about it in the comments below. And if you enjoyed my video, maybe give it a like. And if you really liked it, why not subscribe? You can follow me on Twitter, Instagram and Twitch. Oh, and here's a related video you might enjoy, and something more fresh. I've been Hegassen, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye!